Hi Cancer, this is your May 2022 spiritual reading. I will be pulling a shadow card for you guys today. And that's really helpful if you guys are on a healing journey, wanting to become more self-aware, and need a little bit of guidance of, what could be having an effect on you every day that you're not fully aware of. All right. For Cancer, I have Mercury in Cancer, so I'm very tapped into you guys. All right, we have the desert, and I don't mean that by like my readings are good for you guys. I just mean like I'm friends with a lot of Cancers. I don't normally talk to a lot of people, but most people I do talk to, like 70% are Cancers. We have the desert, the empty room, and the fault line. And we have number 11, addicted. So you guys could be feeling very alone right now. Like there isn't much going in your life. You're not connected to people the way that you may have been before. There's something about, it's almost like things, I don't know, it just feels like nothing's happening. Even though you wanted to, you kind of feel like trapped in this place that just feels so empty. And there's a reason for that. It feels like because right now you're meant to be facing yourself and really much more focused inward. And the universe is helping you do that and almost forcing you to do that by not surrounding you with a lot of distractions. There is something very significant that you're meant to recognize within yourself. There's a part of you that you've fragmented. This reminds me of the Aries reading. So if you guys have strong Aries, there could be something here. It's like there's a part of you that you've torn away. And that's the cause of a lot of your pain. You guys could have addictive tendencies, not that you're addicted to like drugs or alcohol, but like you'll find that sometimes you want to avoid pain in dealing with things. So you might like binge shows or it could be with food or even working out. You just do things excessively to kind of avoid that stillness, because when you do have this stillness that the universe is trying to force you to have, that's when you'll recognize what this is. And it feels like the thing that you'll recognize first is this emotion that it brings up within you. And if you're able to follow that, you'll see exactly what it is. Let's see. It was interesting because in the beginning I was saying I communicate with you guys very easily, but I feel blocked, like you don't want to hear what this is, like you don't want to deal with it, you don't want me to say it, because that will force you in a way to kind of have to acknowledge it. You can't pretend it's not there. We have death. Could have been a loss that you experienced in your childhood. You may have lost someone very, very close to you at a very young age. And, Cancers, you guys are much more tapped into your emotions. And it could have been that, like, when that happened, you actually never cried. You never mourned. And, like, people might have said, like, wow, you're so strong, but you actually pent that all up. That's all hidden behind some door in your subconscious mind. And that may be kind of why there's a part of you that's afraid to open that and does not want to deal with all that, because there was a reason that that it was hidden from you when you were younger, your own mind, to help you survive, because that pain that you would have experienced then just feels too much for your tiny heart to handle. There was some sort of loss. If it's not loss, it's definitely some form of trauma, some scorpionic energy. You guys might want to see what planets are in Scorpio, or even what asteroids. Those really help you see like little details of events and generally trauma that we experience. We have the Two of Swords. Yeah, you never dealt with it. You never fully released those emotions. You never mourned. You never dealt with the pain that this caused you. You kind of blocked off your heart. And like, that could be extremely, like, if that did happen to you, and ever since, like, that situation kind of caused you to have this barrier in front of your heart. Again, for you guys being Cancer, that's you blocking off and disconnecting from a very significant part of yourself. We have the Knight. I wasn't going to do this spread, but for some reason my body is doing it. So this is meant to be happening. So how you view it, we have the Two of Swords. Truth of the matter, we have the Knight of Wands. This situation, it's like you're still trying to resist it. Again, it could show up in these addictive tendencies of like really distracting yourself with things. But it's like coming at you very, very quickly. The universe really needs you to deal with this right now. And again, that's why it's kind of causing nothing really to happen in your life to distract you from this. And it feels like it's coming to you. It's something that you have to deal with. And with something like this, if we keep on refusing it, it'll push through somehow. Like, it'll present itself. So it's easier for you to go in and open that door instead of it opening up by itself. Like, you don't know where you'll be. That's when people have like a very intense reaction. And like, if you're at a coffee shop, it's not a safe place for you to have this experience and to release these energies. So if you're able to do it by yourself, if you're able to go on that journey intentionally, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Recent past, we have the Three of Cups. Present energies, we have the Fool. And near future, we have the Two of Coins. So it feels like you guys were able to avoid dealing with this for a very, very long time. Like, you were happy. You had, you had good friends in your life, good connections here and there, good relationship with your children or your family. But again, it feels like all of a sudden, all of that just stopped. People started being very busy. You're not talking to people as much. And again, this feels very divine. There's divine intervention here, kind of like forcing you to be alone right now to deal with this. Present energies, we have the Fool. There is a new chapter that's wanting to open up for you, a new path, but you're not going to be able to enter it because you're not going to be aligned with it until you're able to integrate this part of yourself back in. And that does start with dealing with this death as if it happened now. Like I was saying, it's like those emotions, you never release them. You hit them behind some door, or your mind did. And now you kind of have to open that door and let those emotions, let yourself mourn and release it. Let those move out of you. Let them move through you. If you do have Aries in your chart, you might want to check out that reading. But also Gemini, like, you guys might want to look at the past couple readings I did as well if you have those energies, those signs in your chart. But it feels like for you guys, it's not telling me of a specific way that you can release it. So it kind of makes me feel like you guys just kind of the way you heal and release it is by actually experiencing and feeling those emotions. But some of you, like if you do have strong Gemini, it might be through something creative, like through art, that you're able to let this move through you. But again, Geminis are less emotional, so for them it makes sense to express that and alchemize it into art, and that's how they take it from within and put it out of themselves. But for you guys, being Cancer, it feels like you do have to experience this. But near future, depending on if you're able to do this now or not, your future depends on it. Like where your life goes, whether this new opportunity is able to open up for you depends on whether or not you are able to and willing to deal with this right now. But if you do find yourself, binging on, things, like overdoing things, know that that's a way that you're subconsciously trying to escape dealing with this. So you have to be very intentional about healing this and going on this inner journey. Let's see, let's pull an oracle card for you. All right, we have 2. No, we have 3. Okay, so I'll put them here. All right, so we have Shodashi. Shodashi cleanses the soul from past hurts. Her presence indicates recovery and a reclaiming of dignity after experiences of being judged, betrayed, or criticized. If your innate being has been put down in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directed to you, Shodashi brings healing and renewal to you so you can rise above and lay claim to your innate beauty and worth. So some of you, this could have been that you may have been bullied for something, or something innate about you was put down, whether it was, people, your family. It feels it's from your childhood telling you you're too emotional, you're overreacting. If that was the case, you could have actually, this death represents that dissociation that you made with that part of you, with your emotions, for you guys, that's your soul, like the core of your being. You detach yourself from because you were constantly being told that this is not okay, this is too much. You were kind of not bullied, because it doesn't feel intentional, but because that part of you wasn't accepted, you chose to tear yourself apart from it. And that's what you need to reintegrate back. All right, we have Cerebala. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. They are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It's not imagination that drives it is not imagination that drives you toward your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. So for a lot of you, this new path that wants to open up to you is actually something that will allow you that will bring a lot of recognition to your creativity. And again, a lot, with art, if you are some sort of artist or you express your creativity, there's something you're passionate about expressing your creativity, there's an opportunity for that to play a bigger role in your life. But again, like artists, it's the art that moves you is because the artist created that from their heart and their soul and their pain. And for you, if you have detached yourself from that part of yourself, you're not able to create the way that you're destined to create, if that makes sense. You're not tapped in to that divine genius that lives within you. I feel like these are different explanations. If you guys, you'll most likely relate to at least one of them. But for you guys, if this one relates to you, it's whatever this is that you dissociated from, whatever caused you to separate yourself from these deep emotions within you. and to avoid them kind of robbed you of a big part of your destiny, and a big part of like you're meant to receive a lot of recognition for your art, not only because it's amazing, but because it helps other people heal as well. That's a big role you play in the collective. But again, you're not able to do that because you're not tapped into a significant part of yourself. All right, and we have Bagala. Okay, I don't know how to say this correctly. Bagalamukhi. She arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of our own making. She transforms our karma from that which hinders our joy to that which can create true happiness. As you seek refuge in her, you are protected from gossip, slander, and any form of negativity from others. A positive turning of the tide of good fortune is predicted. So some of you, for those of you where this one relates to you, you've already done this healing. You've been through this journey of dealing with a lot that you hadn't yet dealt with, especially going back to your childhood, and you have reintegrated that part of you. And you are in the process of expressing it and sharing it with the world in whatever way, whether it's through your art, through your words, through poetry. And the reason that you may feel like a lot of people kind of all of a sudden left your life is because you're being protected. Whatever it is that you're going to be sharing, or that maybe you haven't thought about sharing yet, but it is a part of your destiny, and it will bring you a lot of fortune and success if you're able to put your work out there and put your soul and vulnerability and share it with the world. There were a lot of people in your life that wouldn't understand this and would kind of make fun of you for it, or think that, why are you doing this? This is not a good look. This is too intimate. The universe is protecting you and protecting your destiny by removing these people from your life. So for those of you for most of you feel this emptiness in your life, like a lot of people all of a sudden left it. And it's because it's all intentional. And it's, for a lot of you, it's to help you and to protect you, because these people don't understand divinity the way that you do, and aren't tapped into their own emotions the way that you are. And they're afraid of their own emotions, so they're going to reject anyone who can express themselves. And especially if you're putting your work out there, again, it's better for these people to not even be a part of it, and not to be able to give you any feedback, because they would be speaking from trauma, if that makes sense. All right, Cancer, this was a very, very intense reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.